Happy Chinese New Year! Every year, at the last day of the Chinese lunisolar calendar, we celebrate Chunjie, aka Chinese New Year by the West. We celebrate this 5,000 years already, but recently we can't call it Chinese New Year anymore. Why? Instead, the West media use the term Lunar New Year. They call it inclusion. This is out of respect of our neighbor live in Korea and Vietnam. But this inclusion is try to stick scientific stupidity and deep culture insecurity together. Forcing Chinese New Year into Lunar New Year is like two people learning a craft from their neighbor, the master, and renaming it at home and take it for themselves. Then a stranger come along, know nothing about history and story, and see three people doing the same thing. So he invented a new name just to be inclusive, effectively removing the credit of master forever. In this video, I will show you why this is a big mistake. We will look from culture, science, and history.
Science.
So, start from science. If you want a true lunar calendar, look at the Islamic Hijri calendar. It's totally follow the moon, ignore the sun entirely. That's why Ramadan drifting through the seasons arrive 11 days earlier every year. The Chinese calendar instead is lunisolar. It's a combination of moon and sun. We use the moon to set the month, and we use the sun to fix the seasons. That's why in China we call Chinese New Year Chunjie, Spring Festival. It's anchored to the solar term Li Chun, which is starting of the spring. If our friend from Hanei and Seoul want to celebrate the real Lunar New Year, they are welcome to celebrate in the middle of sweating June, 3 years from now, and in a blizzard 5 years after that. But as long as you are using the Chinese calendar to welcome the spring, you are using the Chinese lunisolar calculation. So call it Lunar New Year is really not a smart choice. It's basically zero knowledge from astronomy. You are praising a system, lunar calendar, you don't actually use. Yes, and there's ultimate irony, the 24 solar terms. The source code of this calendar were written based on the climate of Yellow Basin of northern China. They mark the descent of the frost, which is Shuangjiang, and Daxue, the Great Snow. Now look at Vietnam, it's a tropical country. The Ho Chi Minh City never snows. Yet, they still dutifully mark Great Snow in their calendar. Celebrating Great Snow in a humid jungle is like checking the forecast of Beijing and decide what to wear in Saigon. Nice. It proves this isn't a native tradition. It's Chinese software operating in a foreign system. They forgot to change the location setting and scratch off the manufacturer's label. Then claim, this is mine, and getting half of the accuracy. If you like this video so far, please like and subscribe.
Culture.
Korea and Vietnam try their best to erase the C word from their traditional culture. It's not something too rare. It's always make them have the vibe of insecure. It reminds me like a tenant moved to a second-hand apartment, anxiously tear down all the old wallpapers, paint it from inside out, and standing in front of the door and screaming, "Look, I built this from ground up." I call this vassal state PTSD. I don't want to nagging about the history at this time. To anyone who interested, go check China, suzerain, and vassal state in ancient time. Both of them seems to have this kind of PTSD from history, as if telling all the labels originated from China and cutting off the culture ties. Then try to fix the history will give them great glory and immense confidence. But look at Japan, they are so different in this. They use Chinese characters and call them kanji, literally the character of Han people. They didn't rename it as a solar script or something else to protect their ego. Tea ceremony, flower ceremony, and calligraphy, all from China. Japan always admitted and proudly saying, "I made my own style though." That's the difference. Why? Because Japan has a high culture metabolism. They digested the influence from the original culture so well, they no longer fear it. Confident cultures don't mind where they come from. Only the insecure try to fake a new identity.
Confidence.
If this lunar logic held any water, the world would be in chaos. The United States is a global hegemon, yet I haven't heard anyone from White House announce, "Stop calling it English. From now on, please call it American." Brazil have 20 times more population than Portugal. but they still say their language is Portuguese. Because a strong one doesn't need to change the name to feel being seen. Trying to delete Chinese doesn't make you to have more culture. It makes you like a student who steals others' homework and only had courage to black out the name on the cover. The West think they are nice, they're trying to be inclusive, but they are helping the neighbors to steal the credit from the original. So if you see me and you wish me well in the Chinese New Year, please say Happy Chinese New Year or Happy Spring Festival. But if you insist to say Happy Lunar New Year, I pretend I didn't hear you. After all, it's New Year. We should be polite to people, even for those who cannot make the difference between moon and sun. It's Z, see ya!